Charter Commission continues to educate the community. We have an update on their latest meeting and a look into how they prepare for the election. Plus, 2 local residents end up in court. The details ahead. And later, local stars see who's making a difference in our community. Also coming up, our weekly segment, Library Learning. New events coming your way. Those stories and much more ahead on ELCAT News Update. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Green. We begin tonight with the latest Board of Selectmen meeting. The selected participants for the Police Chief Search Committee have been officially sworn in. Members began the process of reviewing applicants and necessary paperwork in executive session.
The first item we have tonight is our new Police Chief Search Committee, and as we've been told, we didn't formally vote you folks in as the committee. So the first thing we're going to do before we sort of have you come up and say hi and go off with Greg is I'm going to propose a motion to approve as the Police Chief Search Committee Gerald Hyland, Samantha Jaskovic, Kenneth, is it Kakoyanakis?
Correct.
Thank you. Anthony Tranghese and Conrad Wisbicki.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Now you're formally welcomed. So if you'd like, do you want to go, or do you want, anyone want to come up and be on camera? Or if not, Greg's going to take you in the other room, and he's got some additional paperwork for you, and we wish you well, and welcome, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for next week's show as we continue to follow the story. Moving on to another meeting, the final charter has been handed in and approved by the Department of Housing and Community Development along with the State Attorney General's office. However, the Charter Commission is still waiting to hear back from the Board of Selectmen regarding approval of the charter and distribution plans. Also at that meeting, the Charter Commission discussed writing a letter to town departments pertaining to any appointed positions that may be affected if the charter passes.
The Charter Commission believes that the town manager should be given the ability to fill vacancies and renew contracts for department heads, period. Therefore, the Charter Commission strongly recommends that all elected boards postpone any permanent or renewals of department heads, semicolon.
And permanent appointments.
Appointments
or renewals.
Yeah, permanent appointments or renewals of department heads.
That's what it's written.
Yeah.
If I didn't read it that way,
Okay.
I apologize.
No.
Should the charter be approved, appointment of permanent department head should remain within the town manager's authority. Then I would say, based on 1,623 citizens who signed the petition to place the formation of a charter commission on the ballot, comma, based on the, and I don't want to use a number because 462 is awfully low.
No, it's
81%.
Right,
84%.
Based on the 81%.
84.
It's 84.
84?
It's
Yes.
actually 84.
Yeah.
I thought it
Only
said
if you leave out the
81.
blanks.
Nope.
Okay.
You added your math a little.
Okay, based on the
It's 552.
84% of those voters who voted in favor of the charter commission formation, and based on the public input that the commission has received in the past 11 months, comma, we believe that this policy best serves the town and the intent of the charter. Even if the charter fails, comma, it would only postpone a decision on a permanent department head by less than 2 months. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation.
In local news, we have a lot to cover today. First up, 26-year-old Matthew Dupree of East Longmeadow allegedly tried to steal a woman's purse outside a supermarket in West Springfield last month. According to one witness, Dupree was carrying a weapon and was in dangerous state. The victim was unable to identify Dupree, as another witness was only 75% positive it was him. Dupree pleaded not guilty. However, the judge ordered that Dupree must report to a probation department 3 times a week. Another man from East Longmeadow also went through a recent court case. 39-year-old Daniel Terreo was found guilty for indecent assault and battery on a child under 14. Terreo was sentenced to 2.5 years in the Hampden County Correctional Center in Ludlow. Next in local news, there's a new business here in town. Earlier this month, Farmington Bank celebrated their grand opening on North Main Street. According to the company, the bank's design plan will allow customers to interact with tellers without the teller line. Lastly, there is talk about a first-ever human resources department for the town. According to Appropriations Committee Chair Eric Madison, HR responsibilities currently fall to individual department heads who are not specifically trained in that field. The new HR department would require a need for an HR director who would serve all town government and school department HR functions. So far, the Appropriations Committee has yet to vote. However, they did ask the Board of Selectmen to contact other elected boards for feedback. Now it's time for our weekly segment, Library Learning, where we let you know what events are coming up next at the East Long Meadow Public Library. A natural and beneficial event is sure to teach you a thing or two about your health. How Green is Your Medicine Cabinet is the next library event where you can learn how to replace harmful over-the-counter medications with natural products. The event takes place on Monday, February 29th at 6:30 p.m. in the library community room. Next up, an event that has been in the works for months. The Friends of the Library are hosting their first annual indoor mini golf tournament fundraiser called A Whole Lot of Fun. Open to all ages, there will be raffle prizes ready to win. No registration is required. Stop in at the library Saturday, March 5th at 10 a.m. to start putting around on a fun-themed adventure. It's time to uncover this week's local stars. Colin Serrard and Colin O'Shea of Boy Scouts Troop 179 earned the highest rank of Eagle Scout. The boys earned their new status through impressive accomplishments, such as O'Shea's project of clearing a hiking path right here in town at the Mary Swords Conservation Area off Porter Road. Our next local star is one who brings a special beat into students' lives. High school music teacher Carol Forward is named this year's recipient of the Lowell Mason Award of the Massachusetts Music Educators Association. The award recognizes those who have shown leadership in music education. Forward, who has been teaching at the high school for 18 years, puts tremendous effort in sharing the importance of the arts. Forward will be honored for this award at the March 11th State Music Education Conference in Boston. Before we end tonight, an important reminder for residents. Mark your calendars because the presidential primary election will take place on March 1st at Birchland Park Middle School from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Well, that will do it for us tonight on this edition of ELCAT News Update. Be sure to watch meetings on demand at our ELCAT YouTube channel, ELCAT 01028. Follow us on Facebook and watch us on cable channel 191. I'm Rebecca Green. Thanks for watching. Until next time, good night.